get ready to rumble STP. What's up, guys? JG, what's up, buddy? Can you guys hear me? Okay, you guys can hear me? I know my phone's been acting weird. Hey, buddy, hey. Good. Very good. I appreciate y'all coming by. We've got a lot of early Great Britain in this book. Look, I'm going to start and preface by this. I own this book. I paid good money for this book. I don't need to sell this book. But, like, I don't mind selling a couple coins out of here, right? But we're going to look through it. We're going to see what's there. And also, there is one coin that I don't know what it is. And that doesn't usually happen. I have an idea. I have a pretty solid idea. But, there's that too. So, basically, this book, it's going to be mostly silver. There's 3 copper coins in it, but only one of them really matters. So I go down the list here. So it starts out with a King Henry VI, 1422 to 1431, 1 penny hammered silver, which is one of the rarer coins in the book. Also condition wise, so these are actually right before the pine tree shillings, and I have a very similar reverse. Like that was the reverse, so I don't want to lose these other coins when I flip it like that. And then this is the obverse. And it is a Henry VI, 1422 to 1431, 1 penny. And this one, based on the photos I'm looking at, man, I saw one that was a mint state 61 that looked just like this. So, I mean, if that was the case, it's like $1,000 coin. Even if you call it AU, what did I mark it at AU? Yeah, 600 plus. That's the graded, once it's in a little NGC holder. And then we've got a 1749 farthing. That's next. This is the best copper that's in here. Everything else is silver. King George II. This is a halfpenny. I was saying farthing. This is actually the halfpenny. Farthings are a little smaller. And this is the 1749. This coin here, so this is where I start going off NGC price. Most of the stuff in here is going to be NGC pricing. I think I just didn't look it up for the first coin. I just was basing that off of comps. But yeah, so let's see. So 1749 Great Britain halfpenny. It needs an XF NGC, and it would be a $320 coin. Based off what I'm seeing on this, it's going to be at least an XF 40. They might give that the 45. And a lot of these coins that are like that early, they're going to be extremely, they know that it's an old coin, right? See, that has all the details. So that would be 320 NGC and an XF. So I run it for half that price, right? Because it's raw. And you got to pay the money to grade it. Same thing with the other one where I said graded it was 600. I mean, raw, it's less. And then, okay, so on this first strip, I think his idea was he went from penny, half penny, and he has 2 farthings. And The Queen Victoria farthing, I think, has a little bit of value, but not really in that condition. VF. Actually, it does. It must be a... Oh, okay. There's like a special die variety on that specific one. It's called the Mule Toothed Border. And 300 and a VF. Good Lord. And then the other farthing's only $50, so that one's not anything crazy. That's the first row. Of course, these are all coins that came from a collector. I've been selling stuff from this guy's collection for like 2 months now. This guy just knew what to collect, man. Good stuff. He wasn't no slouch. This whole book's going to be early grade right now. All right, let's get into some crazy silvers. You got a King James hammered shilling and a King Charles I hammered shilling. How often you see those come up? Not very often. I believe this is the more valuable of the two. These ones always look rough, these King James. Believe it or not, that's still like what a fine one looks like on one of those. And then I think the Charles was. Let's flip to the next page. So the years on these are... did we miss the other one on that other page? Yeah, King James is 1604 to 1619. So these aren't actually dated. Like the, I believe there's like 6 pences and they actually are dated. Later on, that's later on though. Let's see, so 1604 to 1619, and then the King Charles I is 1625 to 1649. Let me see NGC prices on them. So NGC price on this one and a very fine is $360. I think it was like 2 something and a fine. And then this one here in an XF is $800. That's NGC price. That's about what they would grade that. Alright, so let's see. And then on the end here is a 1723 shilling. And that's VF 110 NGC price guide. Actually, put that shilling out. Take a look at it. Let's see on this one. Your date's right there, split between the crown there. So this is a cheaper coin in here. 110 NGC, so I'd sell this for like $60. $50, 55. Somebody wants a 1700s Great Britain shilling. 1923 to be exact. And then these would be half of whatever the NGC value was. So I think the one's like 400, and the other one I could sell for like $175. Oh, thank you, Jeff Witt. I appreciate you. You always get some fire, brother. And you actually helped me purchase this book, so I appreciate you very much, my friend. Yeah, so these are really early shillings. Really, really early 1600s. Like I say, I had that 1400 penny in here, silver penny, when pennies were silver. That thing's big money. We're still on just the second row of this book. I mean, if I just go through like the prices of stuff, so you got the King Henry coin that's in there, which based on what it looked like, it looks like a goddamn mint state one. I'll show it again. Based on the photo, I saw one in an NGC holder and a 61 that looked just like this. I mean, and mind you, this coin's from 1422 to 1431. So their grading's not going to be like it would be on a 1900 coin, you know. Because they were only made but so nice, you know. I think AU in a holder would be like 600. If it gets mint state, it's like 1,000 over that. This was one of this guy's prized possessions was this coin right here. And I found that out later on because apparently he told his son that he had a very, very early penny in here that was one of his prized possessions. It wasn't the most valuable coin the guy owned by any means, but he could have paid a lot for it, though, at an auction back in the day. For the 1400s penny, like I say, I'll just cut the lowest I think it would get would be AU, and it would be like 600 plus. So I cut that in half. I need at least 300 on it, and I'll put it in a new flip for you, mark it down, put all the information. Anything bought out of this book, I'm doing that with. Like I say, I don't really want to sell this whole book or anything. This is in my collection now, but you know, if there's something you guys like, get it before I throw this thing back away. Alright. So then we got the shillings. The Gothic florin. Are you talking about this? Are you talking about... Are you talking about this? You know what this is? I couldn't figure out what this was, my friend. Yeah. This is a sick-ass fucking coin. It's proof. Yeah, the portrait is Gothic, yeah. But I only saw, there was, a proof coin with this obverse, and it was actually a crown, and it had a different reverse. And it was a proof, and it was like $10,000 or something insane. From the same time period. And this is in the book in 1840s to 1850s. I mean, where the guy placed it, this back page is all crowns. And, so this guy knew what it was, too. Yeah, this is the only thing in the book I don't know, what this is worth. I mean, it is, I know that, the reverse is, the trade dollar design. And I know the obverse. Yeah, it is. Yep. And I actually, like I say, I saw ones that were for sale and they even had the same dye polish on the obverse as this does. If I pull this out of here, I mean, this thing's legit. This was made back in the 1840s or 1850s. I just can't narrow down exactly. You said florin, though. I might have to look that up. I mean, this fucking thing is... Yeah, so you see the dye polish? It's really, really thin. There it is. The one I saw that was a different reverse, but this exact, it was a proof, everything, same dye polish, same year that this should be. It only graded an AU 58 proof, and it was worth $10,000. So I don't fucking know what this is, man. If you can shoot me a message of a listing of exactly this coin. Because I couldn't find it, and it could just be one they made a few of them for an event. And you know, that's it. Yeah, I couldn't find none for sale at Heritage. I couldn't find none for sale anywhere of this coin. Same specs, everything they had. And for the 1800s, the way I can tell they didn't make a lot of these also is the edge is reeded, which they could do that back then, 1840s, 1850s. But yeah, that's the. This is the only coin in here that I'm saying like I'm keeping unless somebody can tell me exactly what the fuck it is. And like, you know, and like I know I'm not letting go of fucking $50,000 coin or something insane. Okay. Because I can't find it. I've never had a situation where I can't find the coin, especially one that's like so obvious, like, you know, like you know what the obverse and reverse is. But I don't have books on Great Britain stuff. I don't have like if somebody's got like books on Great Britain stuff, all the medals they made, I'm thinking it's a medal because there's no date on it. But like I say, the ones I saw, they gave a date on them, so they knew the date somehow. The writing on the front's Gothic, but the crown ones had Gothic writing on the reverse. And like I said, the reverse was different. It looked like the most expensive coin in here, man. Is this coin right here. This Queen Anne. This is let me pull this out. This is a Queen Anne Gothic crown, or not a Gothic crown. This is a Queen Anne crown. Plums and roses. Now this one's legit. Like I know what this is. There's only 60 of these graded between NGC and PCGS. The one I have here is cleaned, obviously. But this is from 1707. This is a 1707. Plums and roses. It has a special name, right? You know how when you know when you know a coin is expensive when it has like a special name for it. This is the plums and roses. This coin in XF. This is gonna be XF details all day long. This coin in XF is $2,150, guys. NGC price, not mine. There is edge lettering. Yeah, this is the most valuable coin I have. Go look this coin up. 1707 crown plums and roses. Go look it up. Now I did see some fakes selling on eBay for like $300. Those aren't legit. It's gonna be that's another one where like unless somebody makes a solid offer, I just send it in. Because if I get XF details and NGC's talking about $2,150 in a straight grade XF, $100 coin. And there's only 60 graded between PCGS and NGC total. Like I saw a Heritage auction where they kind of like broke down all that. You know how they put all that information, you know what I mean? They're smart. They had all that, you know. Yeah, I think there's 29 at PCGS and there's 31 at NGC of that particular coin. 1707 plums and roses crown. Yeah, Jeff, that coin was this guy's prized possession, man. He could have paid a fortune for this back in the day at like a heritage auction or something like that. I don't know what the old man paid for this. 1422 to 1431, 1 penny. Yeah. I mean, it's a 1 penny when they were silver. I mean, and this is really, really high grade for this. At least AU on this. Once they get down below that, you'll see wear in the hair on this guy or like on his face. there's no wear on his portrait. If you go look these up on like line and just look at all the photos, you'll not see very many that look this nice. It's a King Henry VI, 1422 to 1431. Somebody have an offer on it? I'd love it to go to you, Jeff. I'd be sad to watch it go. I mean, look at that look at that cross. Look at the detail. How much detail is like popping off on that cross. Yeah, this is the way it was struck up. Like, nah, everything's Great Britain today. This whole book is Great Britain. Once we get to the crowns, guys, there's a bunch of rare crowns in there. 1,800 crowns. Y'all know how much Great Britain crowns are, right? With the horse on the back. Yeah, so this is the first page. This is the earliest stuff. The best coins you got there are that King Henry VI, hammered silver penny. And then you have, let's see, what were the other two big boys? The 1604 to 1619 King James I shilling, and the 1625 to 1649 King Charles I shilling. Actually, you know what, guys? I'll tell you all this too. Before I got this book, when Boss first got this book in, one of the guys that's local around here, he sells a lot of big coins. He came in and he had sold the book, right? And he was trying to get Garney to sell it to him, but Garney didn't want to sell it, right? So these three coins, the 2 shillings, the 2 early 1600 shillings, and that 1400 penny, he offered $600 on them, and he turned it down, right? Just to give you a little, you know. And luckily, I ended up with the book. He could have sold it to him, you know, but he sold it to me. So, very happy about that. Yeah, you guys want to see some of the crowns? This shilling's nice too. What year was this shilling? Let me see. Yeah, this one's actually nice. 1758 shilling. Let's show that off. We didn't see that yet. And this book's cool too because the pages pull out. And there isn't a lick of PVC on this either. So this must have been made after, or at least without PVC. I saw somebody post a book like this the other day, and it was green to death, boy. These don't have any of that on them. But this is a 1758 shilling right here. 1758. So flip it over so you can see the back there. The date. 1758 shilling. This coin in XF. Holy fuck, that's not right. That's not the right price. 225. 225. So if I sold it individually, 225 is what it would be in a holder. Let's sell it for it is a 1758 silver shilling from Great Britain. How often you guys see those on here? $17.58 silver shilling. If somebody's got an offer on the book too, let's hear it. Look, I'll run through the shit. Somebody's actually got money, man. I can't say no to money. All right, let's show you some of those crowns because y'all. Look, this book is crazy, bro. Let's get to these crowns, bro. Some of these easier crowns, because you guys are scared of the $2,100 coin and the $600 coin and the $1,800 coin. So we'll move on from them. That first page is kind of naughty, but this page is even naughtier. I mean, we want to get to the naughty page. We'll get there. All right, let's see. It starts with the 1707 Plums and Roses. Okay, like I say, $2,100 coin in an XF. That mine's XF details cleaned. I don't know. Next coin on this second page here would be this 1819 1 crown, KG3. So, in fields and stuff, you find KG2s and KG3s, but they're always like the copper coins. You never find a silver one. We're talking about a whole crown, like the biggest size they had. In perspective, let's pull that one out. Let's take a look at that, because I think it's the one with the early design, right? Yeah. So this is an 1819 1 crown, KG3. And let's see, what did I peg this coin at? XF or better. Let's just call it XF. NGC price is $400. $400. And some of these prices where XF says a price, this coin might sell for like $600 on eBay right now. Raw. The problem is some people don't go off of those old prices that NGC has, because sometimes they don't update them bitches. Next coin would be 1822 1 crown. 1822 1 crown. So in that VF to XF range, looks like 400 to 500 NGC, depends on the grade. 420 to 505 it says. NGC price. So just in that row, you got a $2,100 NGC coin, a 400, and 400 minimum. That other coin, I don't know what it is. That one I'm going to be keeping. If somebody bought this book, that's the only coin I'd say, okay, I don't know what it is, so I can't price it, so I'm going to pull it out. So technically there would be, I want to say 18 coins in this book. Average value being like, I don't know, with that freaking $2,100 coin, it makes the average value like insane or sound insane, but I don't know, it would be a lot. Next row we have, next date would be 1889 1 crown, which is right here. I will say this one looks cleaned. I think I did mark that down. 1889. Yeah. In a 60 NGC, they're 300, so I think that they would get like on details is what it is. So yeah, still $300 NGC potential value. Next coin, 1896 1 crown. And this one, it depends on if it's the LI or the LIX. I don't know how to tell the difference. One's worth 900 in this condition, and the other one's worth 1750. Because this is actually a mint state one of these. This is the best you're gonna find these. And I believe it's the latest year with Victoria I have here. Yeah, it's like a $900 coin minimum. Graded. All these prices are graded price, of course. And then the next coin is a 1902 1 crown with the rare Mr. Edward there. So that one's 150 in the XF. So that one's not too crazy. Yeah, without the one coin, I think I could do like, I don't know, I'd have to do the math again. I think it was like goddamn 4,000 some dollars. That like I should be selling it for. Let's see, 1930. So this one they start getting later, but this one's nice. This is a 1935 1 crown. This is a nice mint state one also. And this one you'll actually see luster on once they get this late. Yeah, very nice. That one's 250. And then the last coin in here is a 5 shilling. Usually I sell them for 50 bucks. I sold one just a couple weeks ago. It's a 5 shilling, but it's got the original like design like all these earlier ones, but it's 1951. Of course, that's a mint state one. A lot of crowns in here, guys. A lot of Great Britain crowns. For Jeff Witt, without thinking, take that one coin out, 2 thou wow the whole book. And I'll cry about it later. Because that one fucking coin's $2,100. Just that one fucking coin. Go back over it too. And the values, graded values. I did write it all down here. So the first coin, Henry VI, 1422 to 1431, 1 penny. AU to mint state, and AU at 600 graded. Second coin, 1749 Great Britain, half penny, and XF, that's 320. Next coin would be 1816 or 1860 Great Britain farthing, mule tooth border, that's 300 NGC. You got a 36 farthing, that's 50 bucks. And then it goes to the shillings. The King James is 360. King James the first shilling, 1604 to 1619. 1625 to 1649. King Charles is the next coin. Shilling, $800 NGC. Next coin, a shilling, 1723, 110 NGC. Next coin, 1758 shilling, 225 NGC. Next coin, 1918, 1 florin, 200 NGC. 1928 half crown, 450 NGC. 1707 plums and roses, Queen Anne crown. This is moving on to this page. The rarest coin in the book. 1707 plums and roses, Queen Anne 1 crown. Only 60 graded between PCGS and NGC. Let's see. So XF details cleaned. Straight grade XF is 2175 NGC. $2,175. Next is 1819 1 crown KG3. XF is 400. 1822 1 crown KG4. XF is 500. 1889 Queen Victoria 1 crown, mint state 60 plus, 300. 1896 Victoria 1 crown, it depends on its LIX or the LX, 1700 or 900. 1902 1 crown, 150. 1935 1 crown, 250. 1951, 5 shilling, 50 bucks. Total value, total graded potential with the highest number on that one coin was $9,550. That was 19 coins. We'd be taking that one coin out because I don't have any value on it in here, because I don't know what it is. So 5,000 is technically like, goddamn, like what the value is on this fucking book. And that took, I've had this book for a couple weeks, so it took a couple weeks to comp everything in here. And all those prices I gave there were all going to be your grade when the coin's graded prices. Raw price is usually about half that price. Yeah, like I said, I keep this one coin. I'd love to do an average for you to see like what the average is. I think without the $2,000 coin that's in there, the average would be like $300. So that's on 17 coins. Kind of gives you an idea. And then that other coin, place whatever value you want on it. $2,000 the whole book without this coin that I don't know what it is. But like I say, you still got the $2,000 coin in there. Everything else is there. All the prices I gave are there. Potential grading after you grade them all, $9,000. I'd say give yourself wiggle, probably more like 6,000, and then 3,000 is what I should be selling them for raw at the minimum. But for you, 2,000, wow. Get my money back, and I hope on this coin. I think this is something special. Because if I can't find it anywhere, it's usually a good sign. Jeff Witt's like, all right, let me look at my account. It's a hefty book. That's why I was trying to sell a bunch of stuff. I was selling stuff of mine and all that to get this book. That was before I knew there was a $2,000 coin in there. I knew there was a lot of $300 coins in there. A lot of $200 coins, you know. All the small ones are at least $200, and then all your big ones are, you know, you got one that's 2,000, a bunch of them that are 4, one that's 500, a bunch of them that are 3. This one's 8. This one's 6 to 9. The 1 penny. The farthing is 320. So somewhere around 150. Yeah, I think when I did the math, let me see. If I take off that one that was 1,700, or it was 900, if I make that 900, I believe the value was something like 4,700 is what, you know what I mean, like like before their graded price was. Something insane. But of course I didn't pay that much for them, so I would never ask you guys grands over what like I paid. So if you want, we can go through with a calculator too. I'll add them up right here. And then we'll cut that number in half. And we'll take that one coin that and give it its lowest price. Yeah, it's definitely a good buy. It's just, do you have it to spend, you know? Yeah, let's go 600 plus 320 plus 300 plus 50 plus 360 plus 800 plus 110 plus 225 plus 200 plus 450 plus 2,175 plus 400 plus 300 plus. Sorry, buddy, I'm adding this all up so we have it correct. 1750, so I'm going to say 900 since I don't know the error. I'm going to do the regular coin without the error. And then 150 plus 250. Plus 50. So that's graded potential. And then divided by 2. I'm going to run it. See if anybody can handle it. 2,000 for fucking minimum $3,800 is what I should be running this book for. Easy buy. Easy buy if you have it. One of them no-brainer ones. $7,600 grading potential. And that's at like me grading them conservatively, you know, like based on photos of them, you know, like based on my knowledge, like that's, you know, and calling the biggest coin in there cleaned like it actually is, you know, that's conservative. Conservative raw price is that number right there. Damn, Jeff, you can't take it down. I was hoping you could get it. That would have been ideal to get it to a buddy. It's all right, man. We can go back to individual. If anybody wants something individual, you know what I mean? It's all good. Like I say, I don't need to sell this book, man. Oh, I get it, Jeff. I get it. It's a great buy, buddy. It's a great buy. I still have this motherfucker too. I've had this so long. I either need to send this in or do something with it. Sorry, we'll save that. Right. Oh, man. That's what I was like. Could I even consider it? It's like with what I made, and then because I'm not making much off you at 2,000. I'm really hoping on that one when I send that in to make me some money off of the collection. Fuck it. I'll tell you what, for you, buddy, for you, oh my God. All right, so yeah, that's just giving you the value that I have into it. That's just giving you the value that I have into everything there. So I could technically do it. And would I do it for Jeff Wick because he supports all the time? Fuck yeah. Look, called his bluff. Called the bluff. Yep, for all of it, buddy. For you, buddy. Just for you. Nobody better not snipe you either. Nobody better not snipe you either. Because that's for you, buddy. And send that fucking thing in. Because I've been stalling on it. I was waiting because I had all this to send now. Now you got big boy stuff to send. Fuck, man. Alright, I'm going to send you this book too with everything and all the information also, buddy. Good pickup, buddy. No, thank you, man. Yeah, the math, because I had 15 into this book, 1,500 into this book. I had 500 into this coin, so it really, you're just getting what I have into it to get me to the next flip. But that's fine with me. I have this one coin that I'm going to hope something happens with, and we'll keep it aside for a while. Dang, you got me bleeding somehow? What'd you do to me, man? You damn attacked me? What the hell? Took a bite out of me too. Stole my stuff and took a bite out. All right, great pickup, buddy. Did you get all your other packages? Every other packages to you? You keep her blood, bro. Damn, annihilated. And I'd say too, like if you don't mind these books are very nice. Like I say, this one's no PVC on any of these pages. Which when I look at these style books, you got to look at them because a lot of them turn green. But none of that with that one. So that plastic's regular plastic. It must be right on that borderline. But that's one thing I like, how you can pull the slides out and like show a row of coins and stuff like that. That's tough, man. I like it. I wish they made them like that still. Jeff Webb. This steals as always. Oh man. Oh, good. Yeah, that's what I would do, is keep building. That's what I was thinking about doing myself. And I had it for a couple weeks, and if I would have seen a couple more, I would have added a couple more, but I didn't see any. You know, I don't see those crown with the horses, those like 1800s. I don't see them very often. Um, and of course, that roses and plums, or plums and roses, I'll probably never see that one again. Might see some Chinese knockoff stuff, but you ain't gonna see they're really legit. I probably won't even see that penny. When I first saw that penny that's in there, it's like right before the pine tree shillings or the pine tree pennies and stuff. And the sixpences and the pine tree, you know what I mean, and four pences. So technically, the penny is like a 4 pence, I believe, or a lower number pence. But yeah, yeah, you can find. I was like thinking it was that before I had bought the book, and I was so hopeful that it was a pine tree because they're like $4,000 for that same thing. You know what I mean? It's like what? Like, and they're later than that coin. I guess I'll see you next year. Right, bro. Well, at least you got stuff that probably you could probably break 5 coins out of that book and at least get most of your money back. And then you still got a bunch of other big stuff. I'd save all the big stuff. That was kind of the plan today, but if I can get it to a buyer that's one of y'all that buys from me, you know, and is legit and actually enjoys coins like I do and knows what the stuff is and, you know, realizes the value and knows that it's all there. You know, I'd rather it go to you guys than somebody that doesn't understand coins, doesn't know how they work, you know. And plus, I'd rather my people get the steals, the real buyers, because that brings y'all back, right? Like, you wouldn't keep coming back if I didn't give you a good deal. That's just the way it works on here. Everybody's looking for a good deal. So when I hunt for coins, I'm hunting for a smoking deal. You know, I have to be super conservative when I'm buying to try to sell on here, just to make a few dollars. It is what it is right now. But I also collect myself, so I put stuff back, and that's the smart thing to do. All right, I don't think I have any. I'm trying to look around and see if I have anything like small that can run for a bit. Unless y'all are into other collectibles, I got a ton of that stuff to sell. Oh, look at this. I'm going to show you all this. My grandmother drew this. My grandmother's in her 70s, right? My grandmother drew this when she was a teenager. Check this out. Isn't that killer? Yes, I'm going to throw them in there. Yup. That way you have all the info too. Where did I put it? Did I hide it somewhere? I may have already said it with your stuff. I thought I did, but no. Yeah, I'll get them for you and get them in there. Where the hell did I put them though? I ate them! For real though. I was ranting and raving. I fucking put them somewhere, put them down. Yeah, that is tough, isn't it? She drew that, like, pencils and all that. I was like, what? Y'all don't see that book sitting over here anywhere, do you? I'm not, like, tripping, am I? Not, like, sitting right here. What the hell? Well, we know it's in here. At least we know that much. It's blending in somewhere, I bet. Turn the other light on. Oh, there it is. Yeah, buddy. So, yeah, I'll just give you the whole book because that was all I had written in it anyway. and it's got them listed in there from the first coin all the way through, so you'll be able to follow it like it's in order. That should help you out. Yeah, my grandmother drew that, and then when she was a teenager, and then she also painted this, which is a piece I'm gonna get a frame for. The actual like canvas painting. I want to say it's something like that, scratch board, or I don't know much about that kind of thing, but I want to say you're right on that. I just was impressed by it, so I'm gonna keep this stuff because they were gonna get rid of it, and I was like, no. They also had old Hanna-Barbera posters from like Hanna-Barbera before they were big. It's like characters I don't even recognize. They're probably from generation before me, but they're like nice mint posters. I'm like, damn, I'll keep them junks too. Yeah, I'm a pack rat, man. I collect everything. I got a bunch of comics. I got cards. I got coins. I got stamps. If anybody's into stamps, man, I got the mother load of stamps, commemorative stamps, like the mother load. Also, a guy had me come and look at some cards the other day. I guess I used to do cards, so he was like, oh, I'm gonna come and look at these cards. He had 9 or 10 totes, like big totes, filled with like cards, like old baseball cards and stuff. I'm like, man, he wanted like $2,000 for all of it, and I was like, man, I can't. You know what I mean? Like, I can't sell that stuff anymore. It's not what I sell. It's not what like my people expect from me, But would you use this, Jeff Witt? I've had this just sitting around for so long. It had toner dollars in it at one point, and I've never found a chance to use it. Well, even if you can, it's going to you. It's free, something free. On top of that lot there. All right, guys. I guess I'm gonna get on out of here. I don't really have too much more to do today. We will be back through this shop. Let's see. So we'll be in the shop tomorrow. If anybody has any requests, no, thank you, buddy. If anybody has any requests, like you're looking for some things, want to send me a list, always feel free to do that because, when I'm in the shop, I kind of got to go off of my head and what I collect for me to buy stuff and what's there in front of me. A lot of times it's that too. It's what I have the chance to buy on that given time. But if you guys have things that you're looking for, there's sometimes stuff that comes through that maybe just I don't even touch into because I don't know if people need it or if it's things that people want. Like he literally sold a whole tube of, or were they 78 cc's that were BU. Not that long ago, I was like, man, could I even buy even a few of them and sell them on here? I don't know. Stuff like that, like let's see, like he has one down there that's I believe it's a 78 cc and a 64 plus holder. He don't want to sell that though, but he had a whole bunch of them that graded like 63s. He had sent in like 10 of them or something, and I didn't get a chance to see them, but I really wasn't looking for them because it's not something that I generally like. I have a 78 cc. I'm not like looking for like 1,000 of them or anything, but we get other stuff in. Like I think there was a 79 cc that came through. I want to say he just got back a proof 2 cent. US, of course. If you guys like the foreign too, I love the foreign. I always ask about foreign. I'm always, if somebody brings something in, I'm always looking. So, but like I say, it's kind of become where it's more rare for it to come in, especially the kind of stuff that we're looking for. If it's just regular stuff, we sell it for melt. There's a lot of stuff that's just regular, degular stuff that sells for melt, you know. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Appreciate y'all. Catch y'all later. We'll be putting up some new bookmarks here soon. I believe there's one there, but yeah, appreciate you guys. Catch y'all later.